What's up, amazingness people? Is there anything you're not willing to do to take your life to the next level? There was a man who grew up always having this calling to do more, to be more, to be free. And he grew up very much put into a box of how he was told he needed to be and act and think. And he lived in this box for many, many years, always dreaming what his life would be like if he stepped outside of the box and really followed what was in his heart to do. Because he had this calling to serve and to do more and to help humanity and to be of service. But he was afraid. He was afraid and he was uncertain. He had fear that if he did and he followed his passion and what he loved to do, that he may just not be good enough, that he might fail, and that maybe it was for other people, but for him it was just like a hobby. So he just did all these other things that never really gave him the full satisfaction of his purpose. And so one day, he's like, I'm going to go out, I need to find some answers. And he began to question, he began to ask. He said, I want to learn deeper levels and layers of what it is to trust and have faith, because he felt that's what was lacking in his life. So he went out to the safaris, and he noticed this scene that he came across, this really cool scene in which there was this gazelle that had only 3 legs. And he thought to himself, how does this gazelle survive out here in the safaris with only 3 legs? And so then he seen this lion that was coming up, and he's like, oh shit, that gazelle is going to get ate up by the lion. So the lion comes up, and then he sees that the lion is actually like feeds the gazelle and takes care of the gazelle in a way that really shocked him, because it was totally against like nature, right? Lions are supposed to eat gazelles, but he thought, wow, the gazelle has trust and faith, and it's so congruent that he's being taken care of even by the lions. So he's like, I'm going to go on, I'm going to follow this example of the gazelle. So he goes on, he finds a tree like I'm sitting under a plumeria tree. And he sits under this tree and he's just chilling, and he's like, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to have faith and I'm going to trust in the universal intelligence of the all that is to provide for me. And he sat there, thirsty, hungry, time, day in, day out, to the point that he was just about to die. He was super sick, and he was super tired, and he was super thirsty, and just as he was about to die, after he'd been there for so many days, he heard a voice. That voice said, O ye of little faith, why are you following the example of the gazelle when I gave you the example of the lion? And that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. Talk to you about, if you're watching this video, that you are more than willing, more than able, more than capable. You are an intelligent being with this mind that can co-create reality, that can take a thought and that can intend a vision, that can create an action plan and take action towards those steps, and that can, through the power of intention, can go out and can manifest something that is real. Just like somebody thought about making this notepad, somebody thought about making this chair that I'm in, and you have the same potential to do that. So many people that I talk to, this consistent theme comes over when I work with entrepreneurs and high achievers and people that want to take their career to the next level. They're like, man, I have this fear of rejection, I have this fear of failure, I have this I'm not good enough. And one of the big ones is having struggles with getting out of what's called the comfort zone, right? We all know that, the comfort zone, where we're comfortable, where we're at in a place that we know because we've been there and done it, and we know our surroundings, and we know the environment, and we know the people, we know our limitations. But you weren't created to be comfortable and be safe. You were created to be free and to expand into new levels of possibilities. And that's going to require being uncomfortable, because you're going to step into a new phase in an unknown territory. That's where the faith and trust comes in. But that's also where action and focus towards what you really want also comes in. The thing is this though, being uncomfortable is one thing because you're stepping into a new level, but being uncomfortable because you have unwarranted, suppressed baggage, right? You have like this fear that comes up that doesn't make sense. It's like unwarranted fear, right? Or you may have some sadness, or you may have some guilt over, if I do this, who am I to do a great thing, right? So you got to do the work around that, right? And there's going to always be levels of that to work with, because the unconscious mind has all of those things stored in there, doesn't it? And I know you know what I'm talking about, because you could be very confident in certain levels of your life, but certain other levels you may be struggling with some deep-seated stuff that you don't really tell anybody about. You just kind of keep it to yourself because you want to put up the facade that everything is okay and everything is perfect. But the reality is this: we all got our struggles. We all have our inner struggles that we're dealing with, and it's perfectly okay. So the first thing is accepting that that's what it is, but then doing some work around that so you can begin to make some shifts. And that doesn't mean that you're going to always be feeling like Superman. Well, maybe not always, but most of the times you will be. You're going to have some times where you're going to feel like, you know, there's some kryptonite in your hands. And it's like, oh, man, I got some kryptonite, I'm feeling weak. Because even Superman had some of those days, right? Even Superman had those days when he was like, damn, I got some kryptonite. So there's going to be stuff. But the kryptonite made him stronger, didn't it? Right, so that opposing field is your gift. When you have that contradiction of energy, it simply means one thing. It means that you have a desire. You have a desire for what you want, but you have a contradiction. You have a contradictory belief that says otherwise. So just get rid of the contradiction, because it's like a bobbling cork on the top of the ocean. The top of the ocean is your high vibration. It's where you're creative. It's where you can co-create, and where you can see possibilities and opportunities, and you can move towards these things. High levels of joy and happiness and love, peace, prosperity, abundance, and all this inclusivity perception. But sometimes we take on thoughts that aren't so positive, right? So then when we do that, the cork gets pulled down below the water. And that's in our unnatural state of complaining, of focusing on what's not working, of looking at all the bad, of telling the stories that, shit, I can't do this because I've failed before and I might just get hurt, and who am I to be great? But when you let go of that, that's what happens to the cork. It pops back up to the water and you're back floating on top in your natural state of being. There's no way around doing the work. Wish I could say there was. I haven't discovered a way yet, and I've been spending 15 years of my life finding the tools and the modalities to expedite the process as fast as possible. Change can happen like that. You can release an emotional baggage in an instant because it took you an instant to create it, but results take time. Results take time. Actions over and over and over and over again produce results. So, what is it that you have to do? What is the one thing that, what are you not willing to do? Sorry, it's open. What are you not willing to do that you know you have to do to take your life to the next level? Is there anything you're not willing to do? Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. If this stirred up something, comment below. I want to know what you're thinking. Share this message, because this vibration is going to shake people's foundation and get them really thinking about some things, won't it? So just go ahead and share the message, comment below, and live your life full of purpose and have that passion. Be fulfilled, because life is too short. There's 150,000 people that didn't wake up today. My dad had a stroke 7 months ago. Half of his body is paralyzed. It's starting to barely come back. I have a friend in the hospital right now who had a clogged artery thing going on. He's like in ICU. So don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait to the last minute for you to live your life of fulfillment. Comment below. Comment below. Let me know you are in tune with this vibration and you're ready to take your life to the next level. I'm with you. I'm supporting you. I love all of you. Peace and infinite blessings circulating throughout this whole planet. Share the love.